Nuclear energy, a boon or a bane? The Philippines is ready for nuclear energy? No, because its high vulnerability to worsening climate change impacts and other natural risks. Making the Philippines dependent on nuclear power puts many communities at high risk to the impacts of a potential disaster. I think the best location to put this nuclear power plant is Palawan. While geographically remote, as a relatively low seismic risk and is a large island with significant coastlines for cooling. However, it may face logistical challenges due to its distance from major urban areas, making transportation of materials and workforce more difficult. The risk of nuclear energy, nuclear accidents and safety concerns. The risk of accidents is one of the biggest concerns with nuclear energy. Radioactive waste disposal. One of the greatest challenges of nuclear power is the management and disposal of radioactive waste. Nuclear waste remains dangerous for thousands of years, and there are no permanent solutions for safe storage. The long-term containment of this waste is a serious concern that requires secure, geologically stable sites and continuous monitoring. High capital and operational costs. Building and maintaining nuclear power plants are extremely expensive. The initial capital investment for construction can be in billions of dollars, and the long permitting and licensing processes can take decades. Nuclear proliferation risk. The spread of nuclear technology raises concern about nuclear weapons proliferations. Environmental impact of mining uranium. The process of mining uranium, the primary fuel for nuclear reactors, can have environmental impacts. Uranium mining can lead to habitat destruction, water contamination, and radiation exposure to workers. The benefits of nuclear energy. Low carbon emissions. Nuclear energy is one of the cleanest sources of energy in terms of carbon dioxide emissions. Unlike fossil fuels, it does not produce air pollution or greenhouse gases during operation, making it an essential tool in combating climate change. High energy density. Nuclear power has an incredibly high energy density. A small amount of nuclear fuel such as uranium can produce a vast amount of energy. This means that nuclear plants require less fuel compared to coal or natural gas plants, making it a more efficient option for large-scale energy production. Reliable and stable power supply. Unlike solar or wind power, which depend on weather conditions, nuclear energy provides consistent and reliable electricity 24/7. Energy security. Nuclear power provides countries with the opportunity for energy independence, reducing reliance on imported fossil fuels. This can enhance national security by diversifying energy sources and decreasing vulnerability to global oil and gas price fluctuations. Long-term potential. Nuclear power has a long-term potential to meet the world's energy needs, especially with advancements in technologies like fast breeder reactors and thorium reactors, which could extend lifespan of nuclear fuel and decrease waste generation. What are the effects of EM radiation on the environment? The effects of electromagnetic radiation on plants and animal life include the diminished radial growth of pine trees, lower density of bird species, and mammals, such as storks, sparrows, and bats, effects on bees, effects on magnetic base homing mechanism of birds, and many other effects. Some forms of electromagnetic radiation, which is radiation found in different kinds of light waves, including ultraviolet light and X-rays, can cause damage to the DNA inside a living cell. When DNA is damaged by radiation, it can lead to cell death or to cancer. Nuclear power plant. In nuclear power reactors, water is boiled and pressure steam is created using heat generated during atomic fission. In order to generate energy, The steam is sent through the reactor's steam system, which rotate massive turbine blades that power magnetic generators. What if one power plant could fuel an entire city for years with zero carbon emissions? Unlike fossil fuels, nuclear energy produces no air and carbon dioxide, making it a clear alternative. With a single reactor capable of powering millions of homes, it offers a reliable energy source of urban centers, but concerns about radioactive waste and catastrophic failures still divide public opinion. While the construction of nuclear power plant is being planned, I am against in nuclear energy because of risk nuclear accidents. Nuclear power is dangerous, and nuclear waste. Risk of nuclear accidents. Even with the stringent safety precautions in place of nuclear power facilities. According to Jamie Smith, a meltdown at a nuclear power plant can have a catastrophic impact on the surrounding areas. We are aware of this because it has occurred at many historical moments. For instance, consider the terrible catastrophe of Chernobyl, the Fukushima accident, and 3 Mile Island in Pennsylvania. A nuclear meltdown could result in the leakage of dangerous radiation. Both the environment and human health suffer when people are exposed to dangerous radiation. Due to radiation exposure, the Chernobyl accident destroyed an entire community and resulted in numerous fatalities. Second, nuclear power is risky. Mehdi Lehman said that nuclear power plants pose particular risk due to the possible repercussions of a serious accident. As demonstrated by World Nuclear Association (WNA), Fukushima Daiichi nuclear reactors and the high-level spent fuel storage facilities, they are connected with a susceptible to both natural disaster and armed conflicts. Lastly, nuclear waste. According to Environment Victoria, there's no solution to deadly nuclear waste from nuclear reactors stay dangerously radioactive for no longer than any human civilization has existed. Safe long-term nuclear waste storage has not yet been constructed or demonstrated by any nation. The accumulation of lethal nuclear waste can only be safely avoided by ceasing production. According to International Atomic Energy Agency (IAEA), the potential to meet global energy demands with low carbon emissions. Its risks are significant. Accidents, though rare, can lead to catastrophic consequences, and the long-term issue of nuclear waste disposal remain unsolved. There is continued to fuel debates about whether the benefits of nuclear power outweigh its dangers. Even though I'm against in nuclear energy, it gives high energy density to our environment. Nuclear energy has an extremely high energy density, meaning a small amount of fuel can generate large amounts of electricity. This contrasts with fossil fuels, which require much larger quantities to produce the same amount of energy. For example, 1 kilogram of uranium can produce about 24,000 mWh of electricity, compared to just 24 mWh for the same mass of coal. This efficiency means that nuclear power can supply a significant portion of a country's energy needs with less resource extraction, contributing to lower environmental degradation from mining and fossil fuel extraction. Although there are plans to build a nuclear power plant, I oppose nuclear energy due to possibility of nuclear accidents, the dangers of nuclear power, and the potential of nuclear waste. Ultimately, nuclear power plants don't need to build in the Philippines because it is dangerous to the people and environment. We harness the power of stars from atoms. We light up tomorrow through stewardship. Government involvement in electricity production and supply. Governments are moving towards competitive markets for electricity supply in the conviction that they will foster lower prices and better service. The move could cause price increases in the near term in areas where electricity has been subsidized, but should result in more efficient investment and operation, lowering costs in the long term. Governments think that competitive markets can also provide high levels of reliability and security of supply, and lower environmental impact, but recognize that their continuing involvement will be required to achieve these goals. God made us to have moral responsibility around us. The potential dangers of nuclear energy, such as catastrophic accidents and the long-term storage of radioactive waste, require a strong ethical framework. Many people invoke God with discussion about the moral responsibility to protect human life and the environment from harm caused by mismanagement or misuse of nuclear technology. Stewardship of creation. Nuclear energy as a powerful tool for addressing climate change could be seen as a way to fulfill this responsibility by reducing reliance on polluting fossil fuels. Power and humility. The destructive potential of nuclear energy, especially its use in weapons, has led many to reflect on humanity's limits and dependence on divine guidance. Again, I'm Sheila May SB2 from Grade 10 St. Augustine, and this is my Big Pitas in Collab subjects.